letting you know all that you need to know as you parade or prepare yourself to have your national ID. I'm not alone in studio. The Sunrise Expendable and exclusive team is here with Donna Stewart, Jay the Guru, and Susie the Rich Babe. I don't know why Susie will never leave me in peace for one reason or another, but let me find out how the team is doing. To be a part of
she ever left in peace? Everyone is quarreling.
But
everyone is complaining.
The interesting thing is that our dear viewers see something else.
And they told you.
And you know,
they told you.
I'm the only one who is usually attacked here.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Attacked from
By all of you, I think because
do you just love the word attacked?
No.
Right? Like,
there is a guy who wrote Surrounded by Idiots. Yeah, he's called Jonathan something. So yesterday his books were shared. Boba living with a narcissist. Katarina Gambante. Does Jonathan know that is the problem? Everyone
is a problem.
Ali exclusive. So I don't want you to make me feel like that because you're all against me. I'm not the problem.
So whether you're the problem or not, but we enjoy your company anyway.
We do.
And for the viewers that are watching us, to be a part of this discussion, use the number 0746405060. Okubango tueleza that message on what you think. I mean, what has been your experience with National ID? Taxi. Or you can tag us on our social media handles at Promise TV, UG, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, or even YouTube. Friends, I want to bounce it to you guys. Do you still have your national ID?
I got my national ID.
Yeah, original.
But I had to do a photocopy. Why? Because the streets of Kampala are filled with smart people.
Very true.
They know how to open those bags. Not a jewelry and a wallet. True. Kachuma minangamba Susan ojako tagayo kali kagundi original
duplicate
because there's some things that you want to apply for and they only want the original. Not like the driving permit issues. You know the driving permit they sent me home because I didn't have an original national
Really?
They told me if you don't have it you're not getting one.
But you know what? Recently they've loosened up a little bit. You can actually use the photocopy recently.
That was recent, my dear. I think it was like a month ago.
What are you going to call a renewal?
I went to pick a permit.
Oh, okay.
What I decided to do, I didn't make a photocopy. I took a picture. So katembela nayo naye kati kyenkola when I know I have crucial matters I move with the original. Kati bino musimanya registration yachi I know anything that is concerning government issues you must have
original
anything era tebakulimbanga you're going to pick your passport, you need the original national ID. To open a bank account, original. To renew the bank account, things original. Kwegamba soka tinze ngamba today I'm going to ngenda wenjiteleka njijayo I move with it finish take back
because wembera kati what if you forget your phone somewhere
yajikuba ekifaananyi
kuba kifaananyi nenjiteeka ku email.
Any responsible citizen, you cannot move without a national ID. People should know who you are. And in case of anything, we put thumbs things in our phones, you put muzita passwords. Patterns. Kati wogwa mbuzi bungobo. Tebagenda ku figuring out your password. But someone can get into your bag, okay, because you can have a very terrible accident when you cannot even talk. Or tunula but you're in shock, you cannot talk. Newe bamaina okuweleza eferaga omuntu kwati afunye accident. Ngabakosa national ID. So me, I'll photocopy wenyambira. Nemanya, in case of anything, I can always get a new another ID. Unlike now, because now they say that the new ones, it has that chip where you tebagenda kukkiriza any photocopy because they will have to scan it. They'll have to scan it. Bainga bagamba nekwa naba securities betuyitako bagenda tusaba
Uganda agenda ekyuka mpolampola, and people should by the way know that everything is being aligned to another. Kwegamba ogenda kati tugenda kutuuka time ng'ogenda ku police station, you put in your fingerprints. No, like for example, when you go to the forensic, I've been to by the way to byogerako no laba forensic bebyo mbyagaza until now there is a document that you need to go to an embassy, and before you get that you need
to go to the forensics department.
You go to the tomanyi jeri tomanyi no
Jane
kati otuukayo ne bagamba put in your fingerprint.
Wao omuntu ayinza okuba nga yeetaaga okufuna gondi letter ya Interpol no crime record. As for Interpol, no crime record. My goodness, kuba oteekamu butesi kigalo ne balaba nti by the way, we need to highlight it to our dear viewer, nti amawanga agamu bw'obanga ogenda kufuluma eggwanga, they will require a no crime record eyo okuva mu Interpol. Interpol is international police, so here it has offices, and you need ojja kwetaaga at a certain time okugenda ku offices ezo bakuwe ebbaluwa eraga nti tokuzangako omusango gwonna era toli mu records zaabwe.
Naye people, that gets tricky. Jane, bw'ogende ku police, do you know sometimes you find yourself in police nga bakukutte over something bambinga you're not nga tochirimu, yeah? Maybe because you are in a wrong place. Now imagine bakujako fingerprints, isn't it? Because I'm sure ogenda ku Interpol, they are going to scan you, right? Katwala ojirako omusango gw'obubbi naye nga tosobola kwewolereza.
Bw'obanga wali gundi you were innocent and they reach the verdict into wali innocent, of course record
you know, I would like us to digest the article from Daily Monitor as of last week on Tuesday. They highlight and say, while those who have never been registered before and those whose identity cards have expired will be issued the cards for free. And those who wanted to change particulars and those whose identity cards have been lost will have to part with some money.
That is
last
true.
time Batugamba you have to pay.
And get ready.
There is something that I always, maybe, I don't know how other people perceive it, but the issue of getting married, and then yes, okay, yes, you got married and you had your national ID,
and now you need to
and
add
then
a
now
second
you
name.
you need to add a second name. I asked my spouse if what we should do. Akamba Jim, because kati now you have to always move with the affidavit. The signed affidavit that shows that you got married to this person and you added. Nangamba nti atawetawanya weyongeleyo n'erinnya, I know you. Because waliwo wootuuka nga definitely you must use your marital name, and it's okay because I don't know how other people honestly do it, but personally scrapping off all my names was hard.
You scrap them off?
I couldn't. I failed. Because I need the Wakesima name on me. Exactly. It does something.
But you can still keep your Wakesima name.
No, there are people that get married and totally but Angel was
Jane. It shouldn't be disturbing. Omanyi lwaki kubanga omuntu abeera asazeewo kugenda na muntu ono and they've changed identity, afunya identity empya. Some of them they didn't have a sense of belonging in their past life. Now afunya omuntu ono, they are so proud that they've got a new family. okitegeera afunye family empya afunye a place to belong nga it's pride to them to
anyway,
have this
kakati
name.
kyetugamba
we don't disagree.
Yes.
You can go ahead, but it comes with its cost.
Cost.
Yeah.
Because you're going to change that name, ogende yo affidavit jagamba, and because babateka mawulire,
Yes. At affidavit, by the way, let us even understand where it starts from. You must have a lawyer. Then you go to specific lawyers that sign that deal with that kind of
but
thing.
I think it shouldn't be that long. Zendo zomuntu for as long as kubanga URSB kola marriage certificates and what and nalirowozeza nti omuntu bw'abanga afunye marriage certificate URSB n'egiprocess nga n'egifulumya nalirowozeza nti walibaddewo provision nti kakati omuntu ono ali free okukyusa erinnya lye bw'abanga
No, you are free.
yes
You are free.
I love how this
bureaucracy
discussion is getting.
bureaucracy netabeera nyingi nnyo.
No, actually, you are
let me
free.
help you. I remember I looked at my mother when she got married, I don't know in which year. Nachusa Manya.
And then
Na my dad's name. Ndoza nasigala kakage abiri. Then I think it wasn't as serious as now.
No.
Because by the time she registered, still they're registering her. When you try registering her for mobile money, if you remember, because
Yes.
mobile money came before national IDs. Na agenda neri. Now, honey, obviously, you've changed these names, and God forbid, stuff doesn't work out. Wachusa manya. Now,
Okuzaayo.
osobola, osigala Mrs.
Oh,
Naye atenga you're not.
but we've had people who have divorced and they've moved on and they've got into other
Friends,
marriages
you know that,
and they can still change.
Those
It is
people
not
are part of
you change naye era
It takes
bitawanyamu.
kubanga
It takes-
Jane olaba wanongojuzamu your CV webabuuza married or single married amanya. I remember asking my mom clearly nemugamba kati omenga wakafumbirwa you have this confusion so should I change the name, should I not? CV, all my school papers have these particular names. Kati nine eri omwami, what do I do? Now Susan, ogenda kwemenya, stick to your names. Just do married, yeah? Stick to your names. Otherwise, ogenda genda ochusa amanya. And it's a
But that's why kugondi ku national ID when you're registering the provision is given name.
Tetuganye, all that is there, but that is what we are trying to inform our people, that it will come with definitely a cost and consequences. But also we should let our people know that the national implementation of NIRA plans to have or to set up mobile enrollment sites, which are 10,594 parishes across all over 146 districts. Did you know that we had 146 districts?
They keep
from
coming up.
52
So, really.
I just want to
when we
appreciate,
were studying.
I want to appreciate that fact. But if we take some, when we go back to 2015, the people that were enrolled into this mass having national IDs were 15 million. But what I'm happy this time around is that NIRA have said we're going to add more 17 million people on board so that people can own national IDs. We have seen that the youths have transitioned from 16 to the adulthood age. And what is making this time around the renewal different from the other previous one is because, like Susie said, it's going to have your biometrics, it's going to have your biography. I mean, this is going to be even more digital. So if they want to track you, they will track the last place where you put in your biometrics, you know.
Could that be that if I'm moving with that national ID,
You're being
they are
tracked.
tracking me?
Yes,
Absolutely.
anti-biometric.
Does
We are
it inconvenience my privacy?
No, but when it comes to biometrics, the only way you can be tracked by biometrics, except if they choose to say that they have put a secret tracking something. But if biometrics, the way they can track you is, let's say, at a crime scene where an incident happens and they find your biometrics there. Bakebera fingerprints, ne basanga your fingerprints probably in that environment oba ku muntu if it involves a tragic accident oba omuntu afudde ne basanga your biometrics on a person. That's how they can track you, but it's not like there is a tracking device that they will be on GPS locating you into good ise wano bwati.
People, do you know that we are very ignorant?
Your passport also has a chip.
Yeah. You know, we are very ignorant when you talk about leaving your fingerprints behind. Ugandans tuinanyekisa at some point until you could find someone, go bad, I've gotten an accident or something has happened, and you have no clue about it, by the way, because if you're going to take that shoot, no mukwatako, not knowing that could be putting you in trouble. Because if they can scan you or if you can leave your fingerprints behind, I remember the movies that we used to watch, or what we even still watch, until when you touch that gun, now the blame can shift to you.
Yeah.
Because Toman goes and you just touch anything, not knowing, and sometimes the explanations might be hard. But anyway, we've talked about the different parishes that are going to have these services. Near Ayatu Gambi and Tingo, the delivery services are going to be improved. Yeah, because it has received 4 high-tech card printing machines, each capable of producing a maximum of 3,000 national IDs per hour.
Wow.
The new machines are expected to boost efficiency and significantly reduce the turnaround time for national ID processing. This was an article that was issued by NERA on 2nd April 2025.
But there's something also Angel has mentioned that maybe we should beef up on, that the number was currently 15 million, now they are adding on 17. But you remember our children were asked to bring for us forms, those who have school-going children, and we filled in those forms. Now, there are children that are below 16 years. Those children are going to possess a
national ID
number, the NIN, but not the card.
What age?
15 below.
To 1 year old?
About school going. But even, I think even 0, because remember when you give birth,
you do a birth
get
certificate.
that birth certificate and you take it to NERA, so the number is basically good. So by the time they now go there, it is
they are just printing for them
a national ID. But then now from 16 years and above, can you imagine? For us, we thought that adults start from 18. Now they are 16.
Uganda.
Even here now, 16 years old. Adult. Era ojo kati tubadde nga tuwulira abaana nga US nga bagamba at 16 asobola okutandika to drive. And the other day my children were saying, but when I get to 16, can I start driving? I said, Munange, no, no.
No, but you know, even even when was it 2014 when it had just started, I remember around that time I went to enroll, and I wasn't 16 yet.
To enroll
for the ID, and they told me we can't enroll you. So it was 16 even back then. It wasn't 18.
Okay.
But one of the biggest calls, one of the things I want to upload NERA this time around is, if you look back then, 15 million was just a small number for a population of close to 40 million Ugandans, meaning that many people were left out. This time round, maybe because if we go back to August 2022, the parliament saying, you know what, it's time up, we need to start planning ahead of time. But when you look in that line, there are people who have really big issues with national IDs, and it's expected. People lost them, maybe it's cracked, maybe it is broken, and at the end of the day, I'm happy that it may leverage the gap of kitu kidogo, like pay first and receive first.
But there is something that we should also address. The first time, people didn't take this national ID.
They didn't take it seriously.
Kati nogenda okubanga ofunye omukozi n'ombuuza oyina national ID. Because today, if you don't have a national ID and you're coming to my home, we have seen people get into trouble because they you know how people, tricksters, people really play so many dirty games. Kati ne bakuweereza omuwala, ate kati ne bamwegaana, ne bakwegaana. But when this person comes with a printout or a photocopy of their national ID, you know that you're actually safe. You can trace them back to their home, to their LC, to whatever, and in case there is any problem. Now, I want to believe that the 17 million that are going to be added on, that people are going to take this very seriously. This exercise must be taken very seriously, because there is no service that you are going to acquire in this land in Uganda when you don't have a national ID. Just so you know, mobile money, your move bank, wagenda kubela, I mean, going to Mulirano and Nairobi, you need just as simple as a national ID.
And you know, I think people hadn't taken it serious until when the standard was put by the UCC that for you to get to do a SIM swap or to replace your SIM card, you actually need this ID. That's why it got tricky. That's why it really
reduce on the ferry that we had back.
Maybe people still, maybe now this new system might help, but people would steal other people's national IDs.
But to take them
now, because it's a kafana, but Ugandans are smart. Ugandans are smart. Like they duplicate it.
Now, until with now this new system, it's
going to be hard.
But still, even with the older national IDs, I really, because behind it there was something that looked like a QR code. That thing behind it still carried your information. So I'm wondering, omuntu ono kujja ko nga waji tutete bagenda gicheckinga that much to know what's up.
Naye tumanyi nti waliwo omuntu atulabanga yeebuuza, why must national ID be renewed for after 10 years?
After 10 years, there are so many changes that have happened to you, and especially, I mean,
even
your face changes. Waliwo abali musomero nga ba black, kakati
ne batomera ekizigo
nedda oyinza okuba kale life got better, and then now ebintu nebikyukakyuka muko nofuuka naye kati life goes on. Ate kati nekirala, for some reason all wives are brown. Nti mama ayina kuba brown, taata muddugavu.
Wababelanga taata ne mama beeru, it's because of intermarriage. Like on my side.
Bwali okulanga okimanyi.
Yeah, nganda my parents are both light, but that was because of intermarriage.
Kati omutoji amanye enkuba gyetonya.
Naye kati, by the way, talking about that issue, why? Kuba kati wabeerawo omukyala n'afumbirwa nno, by the way nga muto, naye ogenda okulaba nga akyukidde mu ddakiika mu second, after giving birth, omwana
n'agenda akula,
n'ogenda okulaba, hey, you're the one. N'otunula ku ID, current ID. Are you sure? Ate ennaku zino abaana bato, ate bafumbiddwa balina abaana, kati nga yakyuka yenna, kati luli yali teyeekolako kati yeekolako. Ddayo bakuba akafaananyi mukwano. Oba nga wali osala enviiri, kati enviiri zikuwa ku mugongo, ddayo bakuba akafaananyi.
Omanyi nga bw'osiba akaviiriko, I remember I was at campus, so I had my kaviri. Gamanyi bwe banakuwa akafaananyi ngenda kuvaayo
bulungi.
Ne bakwata wig ne baga gizinge, tulina okulaba
wano n'amatu galina okuvaayo.
I love machaga tegalaga bulungi.
Bakuteekayo obupapula.
Kati this time around I know I should get the right hairstyle so that my face can come up, because imagine living
kati wali ogenze ng'olina ka fringe
bakakwata
ne bakusiba rubber band, ate banange nira tusaba busabi
mukube kufaananya obulungi ku luno
akasuubira ebigundi emashini mwaleseyo nungi ngetujjayo ebifaananyi naye omuntu n'atunula bwati n'agenda okuvaayo nga
nedda. The problem was teba briefing abantu nti you can actually smile ko tewetaaga kufaanana ng'enjala bwe babagambanga fenga twagira mukku nedda
waliwo bavaayo nga balungi naye ekyo kintu tekiri mu nira mokka ne mu driving permit
driving permit obeera bwoti nga akagundi kaku
permit thing. I don't want to look at it.
You can't identify yourself.
They break it. Era genda mugamba damo. This time when nababuza kuguna ebifaananyi byakyuseemu because you can't keep presenting me like that.
You look disrespectful.
Ekyendaba abakuba obufaananyi gundi passport nagamba tereza omutwe ddako bwoti
bagaya abo abakuba obufaananyi obwasooka obufaananyi bache yafuluma 2014 2015 oh my god obufaananyi bwali ng'olaba omuntu nga yenna afaanananga
akamenke.
But anyway, Angel yabada highlighting the reason why you need to renew your national ID. Kakati oyinza okuba nga webakuwandiisiza luli wali oli single. Mukama n'agenda akola ebyekisa n'ogenda n'ofuna omwami oba n'ofuna omukyala. Kati ng'olina oku-updatinga status. Yes, marital status. Yes, marital status. Ng'ojuza ku form. Kati ku ID kwennyini tebakiteekako naye eri mu database ya government baba balina okumanya nti kati abafumbo tulina bameka ate abali single kati tulina bameka so kati bw'obanga ofumbiddwa oba olina okuteekako nti marital status eri updated kati.
Tukesagala neerabire lwaki tulina okufuna national ID lwaki oddayo okurenewinga lwaki ogyetaaga okimanyi ennaku zino okuwasa omukyala olina kubeera ne national ID
okuwasa omukyala
okufumbirirwa kale okubagatta olina okubeera ne national ID gy'opresentinga ne bagiteekawa mu NIRA naye kati ebintu bino tubibuusa amaaso time netuuka ate kati mwe mwengedde muyidde mwagala kweyongerayo ne babasaba national ID
nga temuzirina embaga nebeera
tugamba era twogere ku bintu bino requirements the documents you must have adults 16 years and above original birth certificate mwagala nnyo obufotokopi
sokolindako ku luno kati basabidde ddala original birth certificate
genda ne original
owobeera nenkadde ogenda kutwalayo obutwazi
anti otwalayo obutwazi naye kati waliwo abantu nga teyafuna olina okunaawe okufuna ki birth certificate.
If I'm going to renew my national ID, I need an original birth certificate.
Why? One requirements is it against adults? Original birth certificate.
For renewal, you present, but ekirala omuntu kyalina okujjukira because we've had people nga bagamba kakati nze lwaki mba nzirayo okureplacinga national ID yange nga tebagenda kuddamu bakole renewal. Mukwano bw'obanga toyina olowooza nti ogenda kukola renewal nga ID yo yabula ogenda kusasula etaano egyo ogenda kusasulayo kaakati omuntu yekka agenda okukola renewal ye omuntu oyo ayina national ID eri expired ogenda gipresentinga bakuwe endala ne information ngeri updated
waliwo ka detail akali wano mu required documents. Number 1, original birth certificate. Number 2, baptism card. Baba baptiza we baba
baptism card.
By the way, bintu bino. Anyway, it's a requirement.
Jene, jukira. Kugundi bakubagamba. Which religion are you? Kati bwogamba nti ndi Catholic, Anglican, Pentecostal, ojja kulagayo baptism card.
Nga baje kuwa Pentecostal munange, baje kuwa we bakudbeka mu nyanja, baje kuwa. Oyina okubeera nayo naye n'ekirala. Lindako katono school ID naye esobola okukola. Kati ng'osoma ng'oli student nyabo. Bobo oli Makerere, bobo oli
Nkozi, oli Kyambo, oli Mubuzi,
Cavendish byonna mama eyo kati yedda tajja kukola.
No high school, no secondary school nga ina national ID, aweza 16, gondi school card, yes.
Kakati ne bagamba oba letter of LC1 chairperson abamu temumanyi ba LC bamwe mwami Kiyimba nkutumiddeko mwami Kiyimba nkutumiddeko awo Kigoma naye mukwano bwoba tomanyi LC1 wo ebintu byonna bitandikira ku LC1 tomanyi jabeera tomanyi offices za
ate nnaku zino abantu
abantu
tuli so selfish tetwagala nakumanya olunaku lwotuuka nga weetaaga ebbaluwa ya LC lwogenda n'otandika okumunoonya nga takulabanga nako ku kyalo kye
oluusi ogenda n'ofiirwa ne bagamba nti no bayitha w'okutuusa n'omuntu eri
olina okufuna ebbaluwa gy'avudde
kankubuulire LC1 is a very important thing buli lw'osenda mu kitundu weeyanjule mu ba LC
and we don't do that
kumanye LC ekumanye buli omu akakiiko kakumanye nti nze yagenze wano
when I get into a place,
even
I
when
need
you
to
shift,
go find the office.
Yes,
you need their ID.
But
yes,
for me,
ID.
I would really echo to Ugandans. Bamanyente, national ID is not for the
nti abyo byabagagga nze njeetaaga
nti maama ffe nno maama ffe
nze ndigenda ddi e Kampala.
As a citizen of Uganda, you're entitled and the government has to offer you.
Menze, je naine ekintu kyayogeddeko and I'm curious. Kyogambye kya baptism card. And then we said they ask about the religion. Kati abaana baffe abato kubanga tugambye abaana balina okufuna cards oba numbers. Ffe tetubatiza abaana bato.
More dedicated.
Yeah, we dedicate children. Tetubatiza mwana nga tategeera teyeesaliddeewo.
Anti so sitteeka nti no olina okubeera ne baptism card. Those are requirements. Kati nga bw'oba toyina ID osobola okubeera ne baptism card, osobola okubeera ne birth certificate, original birth certificate oba ebbaluwa ya LC. So sitteeka nti no, these are the 4 things you must have.
This time around the machines is baleese nkugu neriiso bagenda
era balina oddikwatamu ati waliwo abantu ffe tulina kubeera n'amaaso ga brown. Every African has a brown eye. Naye kati waliwo ba African abali quite interesting balina aga blue.
Aga blue anyway. Naye gundi ku luno ogenda kutunula mugonde ekapchalinge iris ng'ogyeko luli bakwatanga ka biometric
ne bagamba tulaawo
naye bannange nira yali tuyambye katusuubire baleesa abakozi abawerako kuba bannange gwe no the thing is it guys used to take so long nga ne bwogenda obugenze kololo
kati obuzibu nze wendowooza we buli Nira katusuubire era tusabe nti bannaye data gold companies mwayogeddeko nazo kubanga nga tugenda okutuulawo ne tubeera mu layini netuwebuuza kiki ekigenda mu maaso
ng'abasajja bakambwe bitya
ng'abakambwe bazibu anti mbu network yavuddeko gamba since morning
ate nga tebabagamba
Neze nebuzo wali express services. I mean, some of us don't have.
Naye n'ekirala Nira should also consider coming to our offices bweziti nobasanga abantu nga bali organized ne bakola ki
ne bateekawo station awo
ne bajja nebagamba for example ogenda kati ogamba nti no aba NSSF bonna olunaku lwa leero yet you know you can go there with your gadgets stage there abantu ba government bakoleki a law firm
bagambye it's going back to the parishes.
But how about they do online registration?
Actually we didn't highlight that. Forms zigenda kubeera both physical and online for those that can access the internet. But okukapturinga biometrics ne iris ojja kuba olina okupresentinga yourself ogenda kujuza form eyo ku simu yo on your computer naye ojja kuba weetaaga okugenda still physically okukapturinga your biometrics.
Kase mpubuuze waliyo delivery service
nedda mukwano
hear from the audience.
Okay.
If you're watching Struggle of Silicon Waka on regarding your national ID, Chicho Subidan to this time around, Chicho Kemuko, I mean, unlike the other time around. Still what I nature echoes in Agamba, leave it, we are to Subidan to this time around. Maybe Gina Yagan, ka Wi-Fi, telecom companies, some free data, to bring out to Linda Nanga, to name to Kwasaganya. So you can use a 0746405060 okubanga otusindikira endowooza yo oba tutagging on our social media handles at Promise TV UG as a comments zonna ne opinions tujja kuba tusomera butereevu ddala nnyo. Well, let's bounce back into the discussion.
Kati waliwo akantu kenjagala okumanya oba waliyo ku benchmarking kubanga kakati benchmarking yeno okulaba nti no ministry eno kikoze bulungi ebadde successful ate ebyo byonna babicapturinze. For example bwe tubanga tugenda kufuna passports registration eri online wali ku passport office ogendawo number 1 kubisa kafaananyi, number 2 fingerprints, number 3 to access your what interview ng'ofuluma ng'awona ogundi evaayo bagiprintingirawo ovaayo nayo kubanga process egwereddewa egweredde awo ku online kati eri ogendayo just for action and the system is so swift and fast bayita abantu number this
omanyi why it's going to be a bit tricky for national ID benchmarking for internal affairs wekigendera okubeera ekizibu. There are a number of people abagenda okubeera registered nga they are even illiterate. Okitegeera gundi omuntu agenda okufuna passport abeera akirabye nti agyetaaga nnyo, but also remember nti data agenda ku passport bamujja ku national ID. Okitegeera kakati wano kiba kigenda kubeera hectic, wano kibeera simpler naye kati wali eri ogenda kufuna challenges of mistakes. Okitegeera ogenda kufuna awo mistakes ezigenda okubeera mu nze erinnya lyange nze Nakayenga bakoze Nakayengo, yenze Shamira bakoze Shamita. You get so it's quite hard to benchmarking from internal affairs kubanga na internal affairs nyini depending ku national ID okufuna the data.
But I think it's going to be a bit different because here in this same article NERA April 5th 2025 Bob Enyini Bagamantino, the training process has been comprehensive, ensuring that staff are well equipped to handle the mass registration exercise. And as part of NERA's continuous commitment to save and retain the most dependable personnel, trainees were subjected to exit tests to assess their readiness, move that is expected to inform deployment strategies for optimal service delivery. So I think we should not worry as much because we know we're never truly worried about. They have definitely been put into consideration. That's why bagazes are making sure they have also tested them. Bagons of Batekayo out there and they are sure they are going to do better because as a problem there are the same issues that we had last time. In Susan, I use Susan Z. But because you know Susan should be S or Wandy say S. So when they to clear that, Nembagama Mwandika S, Nenzen Kozesa Z. So there are mistakes they don't want to repeat. Era bagenze ahead to make sure abantu bebateka out.
And katigondi waneno Jean Chabada government if NERA can benchmark on internal affairs ku ngeri gye ba delivering muko nti with internal affairs omuntu agenda ku applying online agende ku internal affairs only for their interview and to pick the passport not so Jean kakati kati go national ID it's going to be hard nti wali what makes it easy for internal affairs is that they are getting all the information from the national ID. That's actually why you need to have your national ID okusobola okufuna passport.
What if you have 3 names and maybe you're called Angel Walker Nalugembe on your old national ID. And then probably in the new ID you want to just rechange the names. Will that bring an issue?
I think it will. I think it will. I think it will. But I think these are some of the things that we had to clear in P7. P7 I had 3 names, but I would use 2. In December and take out .n. My HN nangamba kati sera osalewo. Because if you do not, wale wamanya gotagenda causes. So you choose now, and I want to believe these are things that you chose earlier, your P7 registration. And actually, if you notice, it feels like that's the first registration that we did, and we've been moving with those same names. I think no maybe problem where they're changing the signature. Because I noticed that with time our signatures keep changing. They keep changing.
But Gondi, Enje Chewabuziza, about the names, corrections as a name, it's highlighted that you'll have to pay.
No, rearranging your names. Like I said, on my national
first name,
Angel Walker Nalukenge. But this time around I wanted it to be Nalukenge
Angel Walker. But you know Gondi, the thing is Oinako first name. Oinako surname, then given name or middle name.
But I have a feeling.
Your first name normally it would be.
Is it Stuart?
Yes, my first name is Stuart.
Your Christian or Islamic name. That's
then
your first name.
Then that other name maiden name.
Maiden name. Maiden I think it would. Maiden.
My maiden name is Wakesima.
That's the surname. Then the first name?
Jean.
I feel
Middle
like
name?
I don't have
if
a
you have
middle
3
name.
names, the middle name can come.
But maybe we should also talk about these inclusivity measures. Inclusivity. To ensure inclusivity, the NERA says that especially for persons with disabilities.
Especially.
Yes. NERA plans to incorporate 12.4% of persons with disabilities into the enrollment teams. Yes, and implement special accessibility measures at registration centers. Now, mobile registration units, already the mobile registration units and designated service lines will also be available to cater for to the needs of people with disabilities, expectant mothers, the elderly, and children. So if Boba Togwa Motulu Velio, tosubira banaye the mobile registration units okutuukako. Naye katuwabeera wo omukyala ng'ali kumpi kuzaala ati n'agamba bwe tuulaawo ffe katujje wooli.
Naye kaakati abo bagenda kubaloketa.
I'm not comfortable with they never told us the duration. Is it going to be a 3 months program? 6
I think with time, because it is really progressive, they will keep updating us.
But we thank God that they have launched. Given our schedules, Nasitan enables when are you going to renew yours? Because they said the last bunch is sent by their cards are expiring in August.
August 2025.
Yes. Kati nyinza okubange yange eliawo ne bakwita kulawa ati okulagajjana okulagajjalira and I lay back because I feel like there is still time.
But what we're a bit funny and tricky in this whole thing. National IDs is a considered abantu bategere meaning yazo. Kubanga obutoba toina national ID. I mean the next coming years are going to be really extremely so hard.
Yes. That's true. That's very true. Accessing services, for me that's it. And by the way, if you come to think of it, we are being put into this system of where you are going to need that particular number. You access services.
I really want to believe at a certain point, it will get so easy that even when before we never know about cyber IDs, at a certain point, maybe like a few years to come, all you need to mention is your national identification number. The way it is in other places, that omuntu kasita soma social security number ye, what is the social security number? This. You can access nga ne bwoba tolina physical card naye ng'osobola okumentioninga gondi lwaki kubanga kati buli kasita mentioninga number bateekamu butest in a system and the system nereeta your ID and all your information. I think that's where we're going.
I don't know, I'm curious about something. When that registration, when we registered that time, my relative was alive. Gundi agenda fuluma nga he's now gone. Was that Fulumira, and we didn't get that ID. We could not claim for it because by the time we got to them, I think you had to sign somewhere. Yes, we told them that person had passed away, but I don't remember if they filled it in the database.
Auntie Kati, that's where the death certificate had to come into place.
Well, they didn't ask for it because that time twali ku line nekati jukira twajuliza at the same time. No lava obo belo nonya noka
auntie, the thing is here. Did the or you know kumanya when the person passed on, did you guys go for a death certificate?
Yeah.
Kubanga bobango ogize death certificate, then you don't need this person's ID.
No. Me, the thing is that I'm not claiming for the ID, but I'm just wondering, is this database updated? How sure are we they're not going to give out this number? Because there are many people who didn't pick up their IDs, who didn't even know that.
But you know, every ID number is unique to a person. Like it's not the way our telecom companies have been doing things. Until after a little time, they'll give out your number to another person. It's not that way. With national ID numbers, it's unique to one person.
And when you notice that, Stuart, when you look at your national ID and you're a male, you'll notice that the first 5 digits there is an M to show that you're a male. And if you're a female, you'll see that CF. To mean female. So even the year that you're born in
is incorporated somewhere there.
If it is 87, if it's 78, it is incorporated right.
That's good for them. Kakati baja continuing in the records.
By the way, yes, people did that.
Except if you want to go no gamba nti bannange njagala kutereezaamu. So I think the price was 200. Okuddamu okutereeza the details and everything.
But one of the things I'm very dissatisfied is, do you know that if you ever went to NERA last year and the years previous, your national ID they issued to you was 10 years?
I heard.
And I was like, I thought they would put...
No, labayo dia. Kakati bwebabanga bagitaddeko because jukira 2014 to 2014, 2015 to 2025, 10 years. So now bobanga ogenzo replacinga no replacing mu 2025. Era balawo other 10 years for your renewal. Ochitegera, yes.
That's why one time when I walked in to ask for the renewal, like I said, Ishtegeza muta replacing Ajataja kwa mauvuyo buneno, but they will miss out on, they will also be asked to upgrade their national ID.
I think at a certain point there will be an upgrade for all the IDs. Yes.
And well, what Sunrise Show is doing is to bring you all the information you need as you prepare to go and line up and make sure your national ID is, you having an updated national ID. Mubangeri muchalo jitumize obere nayo kompi oba simanye yagwa mazi oba machine yajikrashinga. I mean, it's time to put yourself in order omanye wotandikira to avoid any form of misunderstandings. But also Ugandans must understand babroka bagenda kubeerawo. People want to manipulate other people for money. So we must stay on the lookout and understand that NERA is as it has released that guidance form of how much one has to pay if their national ID is lost, or if it's nowhere to be seen, or they need to correct something on their national IDs, they have to pay a certain amount of money.
Angel Gambia, what Sunrise brings to us, you know, I feel like Sunrise is you know, there are times when you talk about certain things here, then when you go home or when you're out there, you're like, you remember what you say to the people. It's high time to be accountable. We tell people to drink water. When you're a little water, like, and I remembered I don't even know where my LC person stays. And so I need to go and report myself.
Yes.
I tell you, that you have now good rapport with them. You can easily call them up for anything.
It is so easy.
So
life is easy.
Life, like, stuff hits seriously when you're talking about it here. Very soon, but have you updated your national ID? Surely I'm going to.
Era our dear viewer there tulaba nga nawe olinga Suzani mu kitundu mw'obeera tomanyi na chairman w'abeera tomanyi na linnya lye kano ke kaseera bw'oba ng'ofunyemu akadde ku weekend yitira yewa LC omugambe nze nno yenze gundi mbeera wano ne wano era mbeera mu kitundu ky'omanyibwe bannange. It helps you a lot. Oyinza obutakiraba kati naye sometimes ojja kwetaaga abantu abo.
Serious because katwane tubeera busy. Bomanyi abakumanyi the other neighbors naga embale ndoza wasenguka.
Naye ate era nekino ekintu kigenda tuyamba ng'eggwanga okukendeeza ku bubbi obutemu kubanga kati imagine okubeera nti no ogenze ofunye national ID naye ng'ate LC wakumanyi amanyi ne woobeera so kati buli omu tugenda kubanga tumumanyi nga twetegeera ng'ate tutambula bulungi n'abantu.
Maybe chenjagala obuuza because now for me when I'm registering I go back home. I feel like that's where my permanent address is. The fact that sinaba kuzimba because obela like ozimbye it's easier. You have a permanent address than okweranga gobuli na banabasenguka all the time.
You can still do that. That is a good one, but also your LC, current LC where you stay has to know that you're in his area.
Yeah, no, that is okay. But I'm saying when I'm registering for the
you can
national
go.
ID.
Go Oluganda omu asenguka buli mwezi asenguka.
One of the key things I feel is to make sure that we keep our ears on the ground and continue to hear what NERA has to share with us, Ugandans and the citizens of this country, because everyone is mandated to own a national ID. So let's stay on the lookout. That is how we're wrapping it up as the Sunrise Show today. Tuesday, we'll be back tomorrow, 14th of May, same time, 6:45. 14th May.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Today is 13th.
Yes.
We are calling about that day.
And
it is 14th and it is a Wednesday. It's okay. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Sue for us, like I told you at the start. Anyway. Anyway, there is a message that has just come in. Let me read it and I see what it says. Okay. But as the message is coming in, Banag, are planning okubanga bafuna SIM cards and play with other people's national IDs?
I wonder if people still even do that.
Babikolera ddala nabakozesa abakozi okufuna
driving permits ofunayo omulala nga mweru nga ggwe.
Let me confess. Banonya message. Bintu byatuka nebikalubanga. Nga promise yetagisa. A friend angamba, why don't you ask your sister?
Because you resemble.
No, she's dark, I'm light. Nganta nikobuza bana. Tetufanagana. Like ompolisi bwagiraba.
Momukuba makeup navai.
Well, friends, as we sign out, Bonita shared and she said, you people, NERA is so hectic.
Yeah.
Me, I registered while in P6. But I didn't get my ID, so they told me I need renewal, which I did last year before Feb. But till date, I haven't got my national ID.
Tujja kuleeta omukungu okuva mu
NERA.
Abirenga abyogerako. And well, we sign out as the Sunrise Show. See you tomorrow. From us to you, we say bye-bye. Coming up is the King.
We love you guys.